Because of lack of vision and foresight, I think the future of the ANC is not looking that bright. The ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa and Fikile Mbalula must not make the mistake of thinking that the local elections in 2026 and the national elections of 2029 are a decade away. They need to strategize their position in the public space right now. And also, they need to worry because in the background, there's emerging another ANC of Paul Mashatile and Panyaza Lisufi, who are looking to gun down the top positions of the ANC. I also want to speak about the third ANC, the voters. The voters of the ANC are unhappy with the moves that the ANC has done in terms of the government of national confusion. Other moves that made the fans or the followers of the ANC angry is the Northern Cape government choosing to work with the Freedom Front Plus and also giving some guarantees that they can further acknowledge Orania and take it out of the municipality so that it can stand alone. This is what the ANC is doing. Will the ANC pay a hefty price for this? It remains to be seen.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Black Heart, the Hustle Continuer. Made to inspire your goals and dreams. 100% good quality clothes are now available at affordable prices. T-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, bucket hats, and more. Place your orders now. 06847366908. Instagram Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Enengenenge. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm covering the Times Live interview of Fikile Mbalula. Very, very worrying when I'm listening to Fikile speak. Not worrying in a sense that I'm worried what will happen to the ANC, but I'm worried in terms of the caliber of a leader Fikile Mbalula is. I don't trust him. The ANC went into the 2024 elections blindfolded. And they are blindfolded was because they covered their eyes with arrogance. They overlooked at the impact that Jacob Zuma was going to have on the elections. They underestimated him. They thought he was a factor, but they did not see him coming. The ANC did not see themselves losing 17%. And when Fikile was asked this question, the way he was answering questions, man, guys, watch me, help me to watch this.
Because we came into this election with a number of factors that counted against us. First, the mood in the country was not all good, but it did not favor the ANC as a ruling party. We had to deal with external factors and support to what we may characterize as regime change in South Africa. Quite emboldened, and a lot of resources and a lot of political parties were formed to get us below 50%. And also Zuma came with MK party, which then became a factor, but also the strategy he played and the tactic, I think that I'm still a member. It counted in his favor. He left with a lot of ANC people and ANC support, in particular in KwaZulu-Natal. You must remember that in 2009, when the ANC was dropping from two-thirds majority in 2004 from Thabo Mbeki, 2009, Zuma became a president, and we had lost KZN in the elections. And then we had increased slightly to about 47% in 2004, 1 million vote from Natal we got. In 2009, the NFP was formed, and Jacob Zuma became the president of the ANC. KZN cushioned us with 2 million votes in our favor, and we got 65%. And Jacob Zuma became the president. So we then took KZN totally out of the hands of the IFP. And that factor played itself out in this election. With the departure of Isilo Samabandla, may his soul rest in peace, and Umdwana Ubtelezi, Zuma became a factor in KZN. IFP was not really a big challenge for us. The big challenge was Jacob Zuma. Zuma as a factor that we have had to contend with. So nothing was there to cushion us, and that vote, 2.3 million, that 2 million left us and then went into the hands of Jacob Zuma, nowhere else. And then largely from pockets of Gauteng in the hostels, the IFP lost, and its numbers were reduced to 1 seat. And all those numbers went to Jacob Zuma party. And a part of Mpumalanga, Mkondo, went to Jacob Zuma party. So the Zuma factor in this election account for a splinter group in the ANC born out of inherent weaknesses, subjective of factionalism in the party. So
lack of strategy is what some of these political parties are lacking. I remember saying into the build-up, especially when the MK party was trending every day, every week. We were reporting something about the MK party, and there was a period there in December, January, and even early February where even the EFF, the ANC, everyone was confused and not knowing what to say about this MK party. Quiet. Before the election date was announced, the MK party was the only thing that was trending. And I said, why is it that politicians can't think, can't strategize, can't counteract what the MK party is doing? The confidence of the ANC going into the 2024 elections was worrisome. I mean, we were reporting and telling them that, guys, be careful of Jacob Zuma. You guys will lose KwaZulu-Natal. Jacob Zuma is coming. Jacob Zuma is coming. But now nobody listened to us because we are just analysts and boys that are talking too much on YouTube. Nobody's listening to us. So my question is, how serious does the ANC take strategic planning and tactics into going to the 2029 elections? I'm not even thinking of the 2026 local elections because they did so bad in the 2020, what was it, 2022 local elections. I mean, it was embarrassing. 2021, it was embarrassing. But what was their thinking about KwaZulu-Natal and Zuma going into the 2024 elections? Listen to what Fikile said.
Do you think there was an underestimation of his influence in the country and an estimation of his influence in KZN and even with your own members?
No, we knew that Zuma is a factor all time. I mean, that's why at the platform of the national conference, I did speak to him directly and said it's about time that we talk. I followed up with him both in terms of asking to see him, sending emissaries and also writing a letter to him, and he avoided me. And then I sent Mdu to go to KZN. I was going out of the country. Quite clearly, we gathered intelligence that this MK party belongs to Zuma. We worked very hard to undermine its existence because it was going to confuse the voters. It comes directly from us in terms of our history and our heritage, and something that was still challenging even now. But it was too close to the election, and it simply pepped Zuma up. Quite a risky factor. But it's quite clear that Jacob Zuma intended to become another animal, and he knew that him coming in as a leader, he was closing a void, in particular in KwaZulu-Natal. And he used that against us in the name of fighting the Ramaphosa and EC. So we have always known, even in the last election, when we analyze in local government, the 46%, there was Shembe Church there. There was royalty in that analysis. There was as well Jacob Zuma factor. So Jacob Zuma factor in relation to the riots, Jacob Zuma in terms of him being arrested and a victim, in a way. So that undermined the hegemony of the ANC. Jacob Zuma himself participated in the campaign and said that people must not hate the ANC. If it's Lima Zuma, I quote him, says Enzela izinto zazo. Why uzawuyeka ANC because of Lima Zuma? Vote for the ANC. So he changed now, and it's only him and him only who knows what is his gripe, which he has explained against the president and all sorts of things that he basically said, which we disagree with him fundamentally with some of those things.
Would you first?
You know, the surprise factor of Jacob Zuma and the MK party hit all of these parties, including the EFF, including the ANC, everyone, IFP. They were not ready for Mkhonto Wesizwe coming. But the DA, the MK, not the DA, the DA, the IFP, and the ANC are amongst the top most funded political parties in South Africa. They could not come with a counter strategy to win voters. What were they thinking? And they can talk whatever, Fikile can say whatever they want. They know what was the term and condition of Jacob Zuma. But because he left the ANC, still confusing them, saying, listen, I'm still a leader in the ANC. I still love the ANC. We want to fix the ANC. But our problem with the ANC is this Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, people are asking, King, why are people not speaking out against Cyril Ramaphosa? I mean, they lost 17%. Why is it that they are not speaking? Guys, money talks, guys. You guys stop acting like you don't understand these things. Money talks. The only time Fikile Mbalula is going to say anything against Cyril Ramaphosa, negative, like Fikile Mbalula saying something like Cyril Ramaphosa cost us 17%, is when Cyril Ramaphosa goes out of power. That's the only time. And even there, I doubt he's going to say it like that. The government of provincial union is going to hurt the ANC more than it's going to hurt the MK party. The MK party, we know in every committee they're going to be the majority. In every committee, due to the proportional allocations of seats there in committees, the MK is going to be the king makers, so to say. But the government of provincial unity in Gauteng, everywhere, in Northern Cape, in KwaZulu-Natal, is going to hurt the ANC because many people of the ANC, the die-hard fans, don't want to see the ANC working with the IFP or the DA. And some are saying, when we see the what people are saying in public, they are saying, oh, I regret voting for the ANC. Not because of they did not want the ANC to win, but because they did not foresee that the ANC will work with the MK. I mean, with the DA, the DA, and the IFP. You know how many people's blood was shed because of the wars that were fought between the IFP and the ANC. You know, and the question is then, is the ANC going to fix its structures in KwaZulu-Natal? Because those structures are tainted. There's still some MK people in those structures of the ANC, and they are waiting for an exit strategy, and they're going to exit at a crucial time where the ANC is not even going to see it. What does Fikile have to say about that?
Particularly in KZN, given that most of your members were co-opted into the MK party and some still are being co-opted into the MK party, would you have to do a complete overhaul? And I think you know what that means. That would mean a disbandment of the entire structure and start from scratch. What does that mean?
We know now who belongs to MK.
Okay.
And who has been fooling us in the process. Some of the information we had, but we deliberately took a stance of not pushing people out. But some of them came out and they declared their colors to the mast. We are here. They've left the ANC. But MK party is nothing without Zuma, with due respect. We went to a by-election. MK party, 14 by-elections in KZN, they got one. Majority went to the IFP, we became number 2. Because the by-election was about the contestation of the wards. You have the emblem MK party, but the face is the person in your ward, and the result was different. The wards that we lost 2 weeks back, we won them now with the ANC. So people went to the and you don't have to blame it on anyone. People went to the elections with the T-shirts and the face of Ramaphosa as the president of the ANC, and then they went inside there and told electoral officers that we are voting for the ANC of Msholozi inside. And then
I don't know, is it arrogance? Is it ignorance? Naive? I don't know what type of word to use to describe Fikile Mbalula's response to these questions. For me, it's like, is it lack of political understanding of what the situation is? There are MK people in the ANC structures right now. It's undeniable. He himself is saying people went there with the T-shirt of the ANC and say we are voting for the ANC of Jacob Zuma. That is KwaZulu-Natal. And the ANC cannot afford any more longer to lose more people in KwaZulu-Natal. They can't. You can say Jacob Zuma, the MK is nothing without Jacob Zuma, and hope that Jacob Zuma, unalives before 2029. But if he's still there, and even his unalive can be proven that people want to vote for him even more, even he can rule in the grave. God forbid, that's not what we wish for in this channel. But I'm just saying, the structures of the ANC must be fixed. You ignore those structures, you're going to have problem in the local elections. But because everyone is just looking at their ticket, they are not concerned about the structures of the ANC. Why? Because they won by-elections. They won a few by-elections out of 12. I think they got 4 or something like that, or 3, and MK got 1. So that for them gives them the confidence that, look, we're winning back wards that we lost. Again, lack of foresight, lack of strategy, underestimating the MK party. Again, you're underestimating them. You won the awards. Yes, you won the awards. Of course you won the awards. You can win many other awards, in fact. But will you win the province again in your life? Never will we see the MK, the ANC win KwaZulu-Natal again. I don't see anyone emerging from KwaZulu-Natal that has the type of presence that Jacob Zuma has. The IFP will always be a big problem to the ANC, and the DA is emerging to become one of the favorite parties for AmaZulu. Ningipora kanjani AmaZulu man votele DA? Ningipora kanjani? Yo, anazi ningipora kanjani? Yo, So the question then becomes, can the ANC afford to go to the 2024, when is their conference going to be? 2027? 2027 leadership conference, what do they call it? NEC conference, and to vote for their next president. Can they afford to go there divided? Can they afford to go there? And because everyone knows that these people are, even Fikile is looking to become the president. He's looking at Paul and it's like, ah, I can take Paul on, man. Listen to this.
And everybody says you will see them, they will go back and fight for who becomes a leader in the next conference. That's what they are going to invest their energies in as a party. Inward looking, who becomes the next leader. Ramaphosa is leaving.
It's only fair because that's what we've come to expect from the ANC.
Yeah, Mbalula is running, Mashatile is running, whoever is running, Mbalula is wanted, and all of that. Those things are not going to take us anywhere. That's what we said even in this election. We said when other comrades were preoccupied about who becomes the next leader, I can tell you for free that when you were campaigning, people will even coin things along the lines, no, this one is campaigning for himself. And this one is not campaigning, and all of that. And we kept on saying to our comrades, power can go. It will go. Check at the Sandinistas. Stop this preoccupation about positions. You are killing the organization. Let everyone lead at the right time, according to their abilities. But that must not be the preoccupation of the ANC. If we are going to go on business as usual, do the things that we are expected to do that are negative, look inward, kiss this revolution goodbye. Stop wasting time. Just leave it to others to take over and run with it. That moment has not arrived. The people said to us, it has not. You must reorganize, come back. We still give you a mandate. We still believe in you. Go on. So
the chances of the ANC remaining the party with the most votes, I don't see those chances, but let's hypothetically speaking, for me, those chances occur in a situation where they go into the elections of their president and select a guy who's going to stand there unopposed. The likeliness of that happening is very low. But they need the next president of the ANC in their current situation to be unopposed. They can't afford another two factions in the ANC because the faction that is going to lose is going to move to the MK party. I promise you. And within 2 years, then we will see the ANC fall in the 20s, in the mark of the 20s. From that 5 million, 6 million they got now, they're going to get about 2-3 million, and it's going to be a sad story to watch. Because we are predicting that the ANC will never get more votes than they did ever again. It's going to decline. The decline is there. We're telling people, guys, the ANC has sold out to white monopoly capitalists. They don't want to believe us. They don't want to believe us. We don't know what to say anymore. But if the ANC, if the Fikile Mbalula opposes Paul Mashatile, and then there's a really fight there, because Paul, remember, in his mind he thinks he's going to be the next president, because almost every deputy president, I think besides Didi Mabuza, became the president at the end. So he's looking at, no, listen, I want to be, this is the culture. It's not a must, it is not a given, but the culture of the ANC is that the deputy becomes the deputy of the president of the country, not only of the ANC, of the country, then becomes the president of the country. Paul is looking at that, that he's thinking, no, they can't do that to me. So once they take him out, all hell is going to break loose in the ANC. Can the ANC be fixed? Guys, go on the comment section and tell me, can the ANC be fixed? Or Ganjan? Yo, Asas. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child, do your best, and allow God to do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.